Sky Prophet, man, coming at y'all with another video this morning. Hope everybody prayed up, stayed up, good spirits. I want to talk to y'all this morning about God wanting to recreate himself in us. We are all made in his image and likeness. We got to remember that. In the Bible, Abraham said that God would look at him like he didn't sin. And I'm saying that because us as humans, we got a bad habit of making things fit to how we want it to be. I guess you could say that in a sense. The Bible, God gives us rules, and I'm not even going to say rules because we all have free will. God simply tells us the things that we should do to find him and stay close to him. And by doing that, that equals a life without all the hardships and such. He also advised us on the things that he think we shouldn't do. He know we shouldn't do. But that's cut and dry how God intended us to take it. And it's free will. So, like I said, we choose which reciprocal side. We choose to walk with God, or we choose to live a life, within the strongholds of the devil. But us as humans have, broke it down to where a sin is wrong. And you should ask for forgiveness. Abraham clearly explained how God would look at him. God's love is pure love. God's love doesn't even allow him to look at us in no other way but loving. Simple, no gray area to that. But we adapt the perception that if we commit a sin, God mad at us. So they didn't adapt this script, so you got to ask for forgiveness, and now it's in your subconscious that you done something wrong. It don't matter if you ask for forgiveness or nothing. You understand as people what I'm saying. If I gotta go to you and say, hey, I'm sorry, you can accept it. In my subconscious, I still know that that's a mistake I made. It takes from me within myself though. And a lot of us, we straight lose ourselves within that. We actually got people that, and I'm glad this came up, because we got people that think they did too much for God to love them like he say or something, you know, or like they see God working in other people's lives, and that's farthest from the truth. You can line everybody in the world up, and everybody got the exact same opportunity with God. The Bible tells us to fellowship with God. And the more and more we do that, the stronger and stronger our bond becomes. I'm telling y'all this, people, because I want y'all to know that praying is fine, but we gotta spend time with God. Like, we gotta break ourselves down and hit pause and just spend time with God. Today is Sunday. Today is the day people supposed to rest. You know, they got people go to work, you know, you got people got things to do, you know, but whatever time you got within your day-to-day, as much time as you got within your day-to-day, let that be the start where you start fellowshipping with God. You know, pick your hour, pick your 2 hours, whatever, to each his own, you know, but try to commit to that. And it'll help you a lot, because you're gonna become closer, and spirit gonna start to reveal things to you. Just always remember what I said about your thoughts. These good thoughts. Some of us take good thoughts as bad, you know, that's conflicting with people. So I'm gonna explain it just like this. Motivational thoughts. Thoughts that come about within you that provoke your betterment. You know, ideas you get about being better, you know, about changing things for the better. That spirit all day long, all day long. God still wants us to understand what He's telling us. That's why it's important for us to fellowship with Him. You know, it's not like wake up Monday, don't pray, don't fellowship, and all of a sudden Thursday you wanna, let me talk to God today, and he gonna pick the phone up. He picking the phone up, you know. But the strength of your bond depends on your fellowship. We have to be mindful of everything that we are part of, so we could recognize deceit. We could recognize honesty. You know, we can recognize when a person being sincere with us. You know, we can recognize when a person telling us the truth. You know, we can recognize all these things that we need to know in order to discern things the right way. You know, the most important thing, well, I say the most important thing, and yeah, because God is love. So yeah, the most important thing in life that people get misconstrued is love. You know, some of us say we love and we don't, and some of us get told, you know, that they love us and they don't. You know, and it doesn't even have to be don't. You know, a lot of us don't know how. You know, because I'm I'm a believer of this now, and I always will be from here on out. If we don't have the love of God in us, if we don't know how God's love is, it's truly, we can't love the way we supposed to love people. There's a lot of things that we pick up, where we've picked up in life, that doesn't allow us to fully love like God loves us. You know, we could be doing good and then make a mistake, and man, like God not missing a beat with us. You know, like, I love you. These mistakes we make that's called sins, we supposed to learn from them, man. We supposed to learn from them. Like, that's why he gave them to us. You know, like he gave them to us so when we do them, we can understand that go on this side. That don't go on God's side. You know, it's two separate lists. You know, like, and we gotta recognize what list is what, so we could make a good sound choice, man, as far as how we gonna live and how we gonna be. And that's real important. But I don't want y'all waking up thinking you done did a sin and you feeling bad, you know, and because God doesn't look at us like that. God doesn't look at us like that. You know, we sin, and then we gotta ask for forgiveness. And you know, they say God, man, people say so many things, man, like God doesn't have no kind of wrong bones in it, man. That's the mighty creator. The mighty creator. You don't think he know what we gonna do before we do it? It really doesn't even make sense for us to look down on ourselves. God tells us we made in his image and likeness. So while every time we do something wrong, we should feel bad about ourselves, it's not intended for that. It's intended for us to learn so we can evolve as human beings. This is just the time I'm gonna just say in history, man, that a lot of things is coming to the forefront. A lot of things is being discovered. A lot of things is being broken down and understood. And it's not that we behind time, because God is perfect. God is divine, man. It's going, everything happened just the way it's supposed to happen. But if you pay attention to the world now, you can put a lot of things together just off of what you seeing, bro. Just what you seeing, as far as how they incorporating certain things in, you know, all these movies. Now they talking about all this spirit and all this in these movies. If you pay attention to that, manifesting and all this, man. And that's a book, that a lost book of the Bible that they just found. I don't know how long ago it was, but they say a lost book. But God, you can't lose nothing from God. Like, you can't take nothing from God and, you know, lose. Like, we can't do God nothing, you know. God protects us, man. God protects us. So if he's going to protect us, he's going to make sure that we got what we need. That we got what we need when we need it. When we need it. Not when we want it, when we need it. And it's always been like that. It's always been like that. It's just the times is now to where we just reach a milestone, man, as far as consciousness go. And now we can understand that a lot of these things that we've been living with and believing has been altering our perception. That Bible, man, is a blueprint, bro, for us to live a good life, a life that we want, a life that I say that we want because I would hope everybody want a life of, to be healthy, to be peaceful, to be stable, to be anything but less than, for sure. God gave us dominion. He gave us dominion, man. So that means we not meant to crawl on our bellies like a snake, man. Like, we not meant to do that. We meant to soar. Whoever out there, man, think that God is too far from you, too far, have to be right there in the front of you, because he waiting when you ready. All you got to do is ask, man. All you got to do is ask. You got to be willing. You got to be willing to put the effort in as far as committing to praying and fellowshipping, and really taking the time to get to know God. We all should. We all should. Because he does things that we don't even grasp the concept of. Since I call it awakening or whatever, but since this happened to me, now I've come to understand that God stands for gratitude of discovery, man. Gratitude of discovery. Because I appreciate how good of a God he is. I appreciate how he fair with all of us. A lot of times we be opinionated, and we be forgetting that certain people, some of us as humans, we don't choose to walk with God. We simply choose to just do wrong. And that's just how people be. That's why we should try to reach people, man. Try to reach people. Try to get as many people as we can to a place of understanding what's going on around them, and an understanding of God's love. It ain't another love like that. It's not another love like that. Ain't none of y'all out there in the world could tell me that y'all ever ran across a love like God's. It's impossible. It's impossible. And we shouldn't put things over him. We just need to let all our hindrances, all our bad emotions, all of our setbacks that we think keep us stagnant. We need to let our wrongful attitudes toward people, our judgments, our our envy, our jealousy, our everything, you know, get everything in perspective, man. We need to let all that dissolve away. Let all of that dissolve away. The only way we gonna walk on this earth and everybody can truly be happy, joyful, serene, and peaceful without all these headaches is if we that know how to love, know of God's love, spread it. The Bible clearly tells us that. Once we meet God, you go out there and you tell everybody else of me. That's why I don't understand how these videos I make could ever be funny to anybody. We just need to wake up and see what everything is really worth for us. You know, we got to be mindful what we choose to engage in, what we choose to, what intentions we choose to put out there to the universe. There's a lot that we don't know, man. There's a lot that we don't know. We wasn't meant to think that God is gonna look at us no other way but in a loving way. Loves us unconditional. Do y'all know what unconditional means? I ain't looked at the dictionary, but I would assume unconditional mean without conditions, man. Without conditions. Which means if he didn't love us unconditional, then we could start stamping all these rules in our head and all this. But it's just not so, man. It's just not so. We got to understand how to see what we see and understand it. It's one thing to read something. It's a whole nother thing when you explaining it to somebody, or when you when you explaining it to somebody, you know. We got to get our perceptions together, man. We got to get our perceptions together. The Bible is full of parables. We got to read between the lines when we read the Bible. If you don't see them lines in between, stay tuned, bro. Prophet gonna bring them to you, man. I'm gonna bring them to you. You know, I'm gonna bring them to you because, like I said, that Bible been around a long time, way before us. And us being born these days and times, we are not meant to read the Bible with an old perception. This is modern times, people. Like, we've evolved. We got to remember that we got a mighty creator. Believe me, man, the blueprint is sealed, bro. It's sealed. It's good, man. Like, it's good. He told us that. It ain't coming back void. We just got to know how to understand it nowadays. You know, we just not way back then, man. Nothing new under the sun. That's what he told us. That's why we can take that Bible and read it and it applies to our lives now. That's why. We just got to put the perceptions in order. Put the parables in order. Put it all in order for ourselves. You know, because some of us are reading it and taking. I'm not even gonna say taking it wrong. I'm not gonna say that. We just simply not getting the picture, and we should always pray